Yeah, a 2000 Honda Accord LX. This is my type of engine. I've seen videos on YouTube, but none of them really fucking give you a full example of actually how to change a starter, which is irritating. So this is how it gets done. This is the starter right here. It's located under the distributor cab. Has this little hose hanging on right here. Now, the reason why I'm changing mine out is not because my starter is broken, but because, well, it is technically broken, but if you could see right there, the bolt that was hanging, pretty much the housing to the starter cracked, and somehow a bolt got loose. It's gone. I had to buy new bolts. Not really new bolts. I have one more bolt, and it's left in the back. It's under it, which I'm going to show you how to get to it right now. Now, it's not that long of a screw, but it is a pain in the ass to get behind here. That's the only thing. But once you get behind here, see now, to see if I got the screw loose, I'm just going to pull on the starter a little bit. And it seems like it's disconnected. If not, you might want to take your ratchet and give it a little turn by hand. If you can get your ratchet out of there. Alright, I'm going to disconnect this. I'll be right back. Alright, so after you get that disconnected, you can see the bolt back there. It's right there. That's the back one, and this is the front one. Alright, now in order to get those bolts off, you're going to need a 14 millimeter. I'm using a long, deep one with a little extension. Nothing too serious or anything like that. I only disconnected the negative. I'm not going to be under here for more than, 10 minutes. It's on account of unscrewing those bolts, taking this hose off, and putting the bolts back in. Simple as that. Alright, I'm going to take this hose off, guys. Just like that. Just pull it right out of there, and I kind of just swing it over the top of it. Kind of put the starter down. You want to be careful with that hose. That's connected to your radiator. And then what you want to do is grab, you see how the starter is right here? See the hose hook? Just grab it like that. Take the bottom of it, right? And just pull it upwards. See, now what you're going to get stuck on is this. See that wire right there? This wire right there with the plug over it? It's stuck underneath the battery housing. So don't get frustrated. You just have to pull it out of there. That's all. And then this comes straight up in the air. Just like that. Now, if you had help, and you had somebody pulling this on the side, it helps a lot. So yeah, I'm taking it right now and I'm spinning it so I can get a hold of these wires right here. Alright, Like I said, it's in a matter of squeezing it in and out of here is the real problem. So yeah, now I got access to these wires. This first one right here, I don't know if you can see it, but you're just gonna pull up on it, just like that, because it's just a little plug in there. That's it. Next, the only one you're gonna be taking off is this gigantic one that's connected. Like I said, if you have somebody helping you pull this hose out the way, it's gonna be a lot easier because that thing is really in your way and it is frustrating. So you hold this hose, get that wire right there, just like that. There. Now I turned it enough. Can't really see from that angle, but I turned it enough so now it's facing outwards. Right? And I'm going to grab the sockets for that and I'll let you know what size that is. And we are back. The size for these two bolts is a 12 millimeter. I'm using a long socket again, but I do not need an extension this time. I'm going to place my phone right here. Again, maybe you guys can maybe you guys can see, maybe you can't. If you can't, I do apologize. So we're gonna unscrew this. Unscrew that one bolt, like I said, just that one bolt. The other one, I'll show you what it's for in a second. Because I was very confused the first time I seen this, and I looked online. And again, I'm not sure if I was looking in the right places or not, but apparently there's nowhere I can find where this wire hooks up to if you accidentally disconnect it. So yeah, after you get that out, just like that wire off, you should be able to just take this, pull it right out of here. Don't force it or anything like that. But it's in bad condition. Oh, there goes the bolt. It's pretty bad condition. I'll show you what the new one looks like in a second. Next, we're gonna have to take this bolt off so we can get this hose attachment. We want to put this on the new one, if it doesn't have one. But we'll check in a second. Alright guys, here's the new starter. Now, it does not have this housing part on it. Okay? So I'm going to have to take that off and put it on this right here. I'm going to have to unscrew this. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because I do want this hose clamp. Now, this starter isn't broken again. It does work perfectly fine. The only thing is that that's broken and it's kind of a safety precaution. I wanted to get that fixed. So let me get this off real quick. And I'll show you guys how to do that real fast. Alright guys, I'm back. Now in order to get this bolt off, you're going to need an 8 millimeter socket, Allen wrench, whatever the hell you're going to use. That's fine. We're going to unscrew this. That wasn't easy. Alright, so I got my hose unit, clamp, whatever you want to call it. Now that came out really jacked up. I am gonna put it back in. You get about $11 a core charge for these things. It's not much. Now, believe it or not, I actually snapped the bolt. That's how old this piece of crap is. Unbelievable. So yeah. Now, this one. Let's hope I don't snap this bolt. I know they're like tampered in or something like that. Just make sure I'm taking out the right one and putting the right one back, that's all. And if this is hard to pull out, honestly, I'm gonna stop trying. Now, the 12mm, the 8mm socket was for my old one. The new one, I believe, is 10. Yes, it's 10mm for the new one. So that one came off quite easy. No problems with that one. Just looking at how it was put on. Oh, don't even tell me. You see, common mistake, guys. Pay attention to what you're doing. I took off the wrong bolt. Really, pay attention to what you're doing. I'll be back. Alright, guys. After you get the right side lined up, take your bolt out. Remember, pay attention to what you're doing. A lot of mosquitoes out here. Right now I am located in South Carolina. And unfortunately, they do not make the screw long enough for you to use your old hose clamp, which is unfucking believable. That is a joke and a half. Wow. So I can't even use my old hose clamp because it doesn't fit. Freaking great. Wow. Unbelievable. Alright guys, I'll be back. Alright guys, get your starter lined up. Big part goes up, little part goes down. Again, you want to pull this hose to the side. Try to get it really out of the way. You want a nice open spot. You're going to slide the starter right in there. Which I'm going to show you how to do in a second. If I can get to hold the phone. Alright. So yeah, what you want to do is take your starter, hold it down like this. Again, one-handed guys, one-handed. So if I can do this one-handed, you can do it. You can do it too. Now, this wire doesn't go anywhere, it hooks up right there. So if you ever get a starter or a used starter, right, and it has one of these wires hanging off, it connects to the small one. Usually how I know is by taking that bolt off, if that bolt isn't on. There's usually like a little gold around it, on the copper, and that's from the tarnish on the outside and leaving the mark of a clean mark on the inside from this metal sitting so long. Look for that. But when I first took this thing off, I was confused on where that metal thing went.